I'm a lead farmer, motherfucker!
Minutes of angle and mils. So we're all familiar with linear systems of measurement. Inches, yards, miles, centimeters, meters, kilometers. So those are the imperial metric systems. Mils and minutes are neither system. They're concerned with this gap, how far apart those two lines are at an angle. I will put minutes up here. Minutes of angle. And I'll put mils down here. Now what is a minute? You have 360 degrees in a circle. So if you took one of those degrees, it's not drawn to scale, but this represents 1 degree. So you took that 1 degree and you split it up into 60 little pieces, or 60 minutes. You get very thin angles. So 1 degree divided by 60 minutes equals 1 minute of angle. There are 21,600 minutes per full circle. If I take one of those minutes from the center line and expand it outward away from the circle, it gets gradually larger, so that 1 minute of angle at 100 yards is about 1 inch. At 200 yards, 2 inches, 3, 1,000, 10 inches. So it's still all just 1 minute of angle, 1 minute of angle, 1 minute of angle. A 1 minute of angle group at 500 yards is a 5-inch group. For minutes, these distances here are going to be in yards. Milliradians are different. If you take the radius, the distance from the center of the circle to the outside edge, and you flop that over onto the rest of the circle and then draw it back, that is 1 radian. There are about 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 6 radians in 1 circle. A milliradian, milli is Latin for 1,000, is if you take one of these radians and split it up into 1,000 pieces, 1 radian divided by 1,000 equals 1 mil, or 1 emrad. 1 emrad or 1 mil, it's expressed as an M with a slash. There are about 6.28 radians per circle, so that's 6,282 milliradians per circle, but that's not really finite enough. You have 21,600 minutes, that's more accurate than 6,200. So what we do is in each mil, we chop that up into 10 pieces. So your turrets on your optic are probably in 10th milliradian adjustments. And then you have 62,820. So it's much more accurate. These ranges will be in meters. This 1/10 milliradian, as it moves away from the center of the circle, expands just the same as minutes of angle do. At 100 meters, that 1/10 mil is 1 centimeter. At 200, 2 centimeters. 300, 3 centimeters. All the way out to a full click, it's 10 centimeters. It works just the same way as minutes of angle. Now we get to why do long-range shooters care about angular systems of measurement and subtended reticles in their optic. And what you can do is, there's your reticle. If I have a target in the distance, I can measure that target in my reticle. 1, 2, 3 mils up, then plug that into a formula. So if I know the size of my target in inches times 25.4 divided by how tall it is in mils, that 3, I get my range to that target in meters. So no laser rangefinder, no electronic equipment, I can just use my reticle to range that target and then set my dope. Once I have that adjustment, I can use my turrets, or I can just hold. Instead of dialing that range, I'll just hold. Let's say my hold is going to be 2 mils down. I'll just put my target right there on the 2 mil, and I just hold it. Now if I have a wind, I'll probably dial my turret, I'll dial my elevation, so point of aim is in the center, and then hold. Let's say I had a 2 mil wind. I just hold off the center line on one of my mils or minutes of angle subtended marks here on my reticle, and I can break the shot, and that's my point of aim, point of impact. Really, it doesn't matter what you choose for a reticle. Minutes of angle or milliradians, it's whatever you prefer. In the United States, we use the imperial system, so inches, yards, miles. It makes a little bit more sense to have minutes of angle because it correlates very accurately to the ranges that you shoot on, which are in yards. If you're shooting a 600-yard range, 1 minute is 6 inches. It's very easy to figure that out. And most of your turrets are going to be in quarter-minute adjustments. I like the metric system. Military's on the metric system, so I run milliradians on my optics. One system is not better than another. One system isn't more accurate or more capable. They're both the same. You just change the formulas for your range estimation and wind holds, and they work perfectly.
Ah, yeah.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits, putting on the Ritz?